This is our 1800-gallon tank. I've been thinking and looking for a long time, trying to figure out who's bothering the new oxide tarpon. Also, I see some damage on the existing Indo-Pacific or freshwater or oxide tarpon. I mean the old tenants in this tank. I also see some damage on the largemouth bass occasionally. As I had said before, there were some bites on Dora, but that was about a couple of months back. On the tail, on the Dorado catfish. I continually see damage on the bala shark, but I don't think it's Dora anymore. Wels. Oh yeah, and the vulture catfish. They bear some catfish-like bites on them. Like there's a bite on the dorsal fin on that lima. Yeah, you see that on the caudal peduncle. That's a catfish bite. And they obviously are stressed by somebody in the tank. Even though I haven't caught this culprit red-handed, but after looking at everything and analyzing everything, I'm pretty sure it's the Chinese wels, which some of you guys have already told me needs to be gone out of here. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to take the rascal out. He's over there by the back wall, by the back black wall. He does everything at night, that's why I never see it. During the day he's a model citizen, by night he causes all kinds of problems, I'm pretty sure. He bit the jungle perch once also on the mouth. But all the scales missing from the tarpons, and the damaged eye is when the tarpon is trying to get away from him and runs into something. And all this damage on the tail that's not healing and not growing back. I'm more than sure this is the work of the Chinese wels, because there's nobody else here that could do that except for Dora. But Dora is docile and well fed, and the Chinese wels. All other catfish are incapable of such damage, or they're not that predatory, or they don't have the size. Alright, so he has to go. I have to free a 240-gallon for him. I have nowhere else to put him. He's only about 2 feet. The wels, Chinese wels, I cannot put him in 25,000. He'll be a quick snack for somebody in here, like arapaima or the helicopter catfish. And I cannot put him in the less aggressive 4500 because of the piraiba and some other fish, mostly because of the piraiba. I'm sure he will try to eat him. I cannot put him here, obviously. He will be eaten in an instant. So I'm gonna have to free up a tank for them. I've been looking around, going and thinking and mulling. I think I'm ready to disassemble this tank. This hybrid Vieja nobody's buying. I don't want to keep him here, and there's 73 of them in here, giving them the whole tank. They fight all the time. This tank is overstocked. The target fish like the green terrors and the dovii and the ambies are not growing well because of this high density and constant fighting, constant commotion. I was helped to conclude by my YouTube peers that the reason they're not growing well, I mean the dovii haven't grown much at all in the last few months. It's because of the high density in this tank. So I'm going to take him out, put him in the tilapia tank. If anybody buys them, they're going to be there for them. I also was tempted to break down this tank, but for now I decided against it. I'm going to put all the cichlids from there and here, remaining ones, the ones that I named, Viejas too. I'm going to put them here. The clown loach I'll probably put right here, because they're non-predatory and they can fit in this tank well. I'm just gonna give them a little more cover, and they should be fine in here. All right. So this tank, I've decided to break down for sure. Pigtail calceolus I cannot put back here. He came from there because of the Giardini arowana. Giardini takes an offense to any similar shaped and colored fish. So I'm gonna have to just put him somewhere else. He's not a big problem because he doesn't grow. He's a predatory, but he doesn't grow big. It's been that size for 5 years or so. All right, another tank I thought of breaking down was the jerk tank. That hasn't been touched in, I don't know, 5-7 years. So all of these jerks could also go in with the tilapia. Even the terrorists, the purple labeo, the mystus female, zebra tilapia, the upside down, Asian upside down, and the African upside down, featherfin, Eucterus. The bumblebee Leporinus, banded Leporinus, I'm not really sure yet. I could give him another try in the 1800 gallon. They tend to be fin nippers when there's so few of them. There's only 3 of them in there. So maybe I'll put them also in with the 300 gallon tilapia tank and just call it a jerk tank. Alright, so such are my thoughts, and I'm gonna get moving on it. I wanted to break down this one, but it's a worse combination. I don't have much space for the planiceps, plus I want to baby them, and all these fish are highly valuable. They're some of the hopefully future stars, the Temenses, the Murray cods, and the Piraibas, so I want to leave it alone. Of course, I pondered about other tanks. I mean, this tank is a lot more work and a lot less feeding places I have for them to break it down. This one could be broken down too, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, this tank is stable for now and okay, except for the red tail, Asian red tail, that's becoming a pain as it grows. See, anybody he can approaches his cave, he bites him. But for now, he doesn't venture outside of his cave to bite anybody, so that's tolerable for now. I'm gonna leave it as that. Dorados are untouchable. They're way too high strain. I cannot put anything in their tank. They'll either destroy it or be timid and hate it and sulk forever. So those are my choices. The eel and lungfish and the gulper I cannot break down. This I just put it together. It's a nice tank. Visitors feed it all the time. So this is our working tank. Adults and children alike come over and feed the eels, feed the louis, the lungfish, enjoy it. Same with this tank. People feed the peacock bass by hand, by tongs. Have a lot of fun and learn. So it's a good tank. Plus I have the grow out or beefing up. I'm beefing up the giant semi-scarp and the cutla in here. This is mostly smaller fish tank for sale, so anything peaceful or non-predatory can go in here from any other tank. Okay, so those are all my choices. Those are 10 240 gallon tanks, and I think I'm gonna go with break down this one and maybe also the jerk tank. I really hate dividers. I could put a divider in between somewhere there, but it looks ugly, and it doesn't give either fish on either side of the divider proper space. So I really try to avoid using the dividers, but sometimes it's impossible, like here with the gulper catfish. The divider must stay. But I kind of managed to clean it around it and feed them both all right. So that's my plan. I'm going to be filming it in several portions, I guess, as I break them down, and I'm really hoping to get this little horror out of here. The Chinese whales, and see if other fish healing starting to heal up, especially the tarpon and the vultures heal up better. There he is. It looks like whales, or European whales, only with 4 whiskers instead of 6 barbels. And he's a natural mottled color, camouflaged. I notice sometimes pterodoras don't like him there. He uses them for structure and for cover, and they butt head him out of there sometimes. And I never see any damage on them. Well, there's some terror on the fins on the one that's closer to us. So usually he just hovers right above them, like he's doing right now. But sometimes he goes under them, or in between them, or lays next to them. And once in a while they don't like it. Anyhow, that's my plan. Wish me luck.